Welcome back, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed that educational look at whatever Dracula Charles Martinet was selling. It was hard to tell.
A CAD program for chip design.
Of course! That's the reason you get the voice of Mario to dress up like a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, welcome back. I'm Fred Fuchs. This is my partner Olaf Olafsson.
I'm Olaf Olafsson.
And we're here to play Sega CD games. This is the other half of the Dracula Frankenstein double deal, as they called it for Sega CD.
Spooktacular. Mary Shelley's Frankie guy. If you expect me to say Mary Shelley's Frankenstein correctly, this stream, I apologize, that has happened once and you already just heard it.
Say Frankenstein.
Frankie guy.
I said Frankeystein. That's different. This is another licensed tie-in game by Psygnosis. Different developer from Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is done by Bits Laboratory, a British studio who did some truly awful
Bits
games.
Laboratory! They did what did they do? I know them.
They did something truly awful. I looked up their catalog earlier. I can't quite recall what it was. Alex is finding out.
Let's see what they have done. Come on, information. No, that has to be a different Bits Laboratory.
Oh, there is a different Bits Laboratory. That's a Japanese studio.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's Bits Studio.
It's BITS.
Yes.
Thank you, GERI. That's actually super useful when you actually go to their website.
So what have these people done? What can we expect from them?
Ooh. That's not helping me
You're
out.
looking up a music wiki. I
I
think
didn't
that's
even
useful.
realize it was a music wiki!
Other than the big music note.
Bless you. So what, well...
I remember what they did. These are the people who did Last Action Hero for the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. If you've played Last Action Hero, you'll know that's actually one of the very worst games ever made. That's not an exaggeration. Even for a movie licensed game, it's extremely poor. Very, very badly balanced.
Yeah,
almost impossible to beat level 1. But this is their chance to redeem themselves. This is not a side-scrolling action game. This is, in fact,
because of the name...
a point-and-click adventure game.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Oh no. Because it's named Bits, I'm having a heck of a time. Bits Studio. Thank you. What they... this is no good.
Oh, look at all these bad.
Oh, these are...
Terminator 2 Judgment Day for the Super NES and Genesis. Also another bad game. Probably the worst Terminator game.
Itchy and scratchy game.
Yeah.
Die Hard Vendetta.
For GameCube? Oh, they did. Really? They did do that. They're around for a long time.
There were a lot of R-Type conversion. Oh. For the Game Boy of all things.
They did a game called Nihilist.
Ah. Man, after... What is going on? I haven't been...
Yeah, I've seen this intro a few times and I can't really tell. I don't think this is from the movie.
Looks like...
Wait a second, did it freeze up on me? I think it started to. I pushed start. I was only half paying attention. That intro shows something. Sure, it has something to do with the resurrection of Frankenstein's monster, but it's impossible to tell. So like Dracula, this uses a lot of FMV, but it doesn't use footage from the movie. It just uses pre-rendered 3D stuff. And it doesn't really do it in an interesting way. It just shows objects or environments, and it just kind of rotates around. That's all the FMV sequence is. This menu's pretty cool.
It actually is really cool. I like it.
Hate animations. I'm gonna turn those off.
Just hate it.
There's an option for practice fights. We'll get to that in just a little bit. This is more than just a straightforward adventure game. So as I said before, I own the double pack with this and Dracula, but the difference between this and Dracula is that I never beat this. I was never able to. This game doesn't have cheat codes as far as I know, and there was one level I just could not figure out how to beat. I played this for hours, I tried multiple times. This was one of the few games I had as a kid, I'll remind you, so yes, I return to this very often. But I could not progress beyond that point. That's our objective tonight. I want to beat that level.
Okay, we're gonna beat that level, everybody.
We are going to get old Frankeystein out of the
forest.
forest.
Frankie's getting out of here.
The thing I remember is being trapped in a forest forever with a bag of manure, and I had no idea what to do with it.
Ah, that sounds like every day.
That's our objective tonight.
Get out of the forest with the manure. I gotta go. Hold
not
on.
a traditional point-and-click game. You control a character, but you also have an inventory that you can use to solve very simple puzzles.
GameCoder posted a walkthrough if you...
Oh, that might help, actually.
Yeah.
You can pick up items in the environment. It's dissolve away acid.
What does it do? Does it dissolve things away?
Let's have a look at it.
The Amazing Spider-Man versus the Kingpin on game.
Stand next to target and depress the plunger. This is a weaponized vial of sulfuric acid. It's designed to spray it out to threats in front of you, I guess.
Love it.
So naturally, we're going to use that on the electric eels that are in our way.
Heard electric eels. Yeah, I know.
I hate them.
So let's look up.
And they've dissolved completely.
Beautiful. Now you've got a bunch of eel acid.
Just according to plan.
I know nothing about. I know about Bram Stoker's. Nothing about the Mary Shelley Frankenstein.
Uh-oh. So this isn't just an adventure game. It's an adventure game with fighting game sequences.
Wait, whoa,
literally, like Street Fighter fighting game style.
Yikes.
It's an extremely watered down and, let's say, bad version of Street Fighter. Yeah, it's really bad. It's, you punch with A, you kick with B, and you block with C. Those are the controls. If you hold forward in one of the buttons, you do different moves like this one, where he makes a cool pose before hitting the other guy. You can also strike with both palms, like you're in Virtua Fighter or something. He also has this headbutt. And there's only one special move in the game, and it's this one. You do that by doing a fireball motion and pushing A, and it wrecks most things in the game. I did pretty well, actually, come to think of it. It's really easy to lose a lot of health in those fights.
Yeah.
Because it's, as you might imagine, it's very clunky and poorly done.
Oh, it's a Kenneth Branagh film.
Chloroform makes me feel sleepy. Wait, ooh, boy. Walk all over that background. Some things don't change from Dracula. We've reached the Master's quarters. Victor Frankenstein. Gonna have a showdown with this fella.
Hey, Frank.
Uh-huh.
Wake up.
No.
Come on. Wake him up inside.
What the game wants you to do here is to use the chloroform when you confront him, and that skips the next fight. But how can I resist having a 2D Street Fighter brawl of Frankenstein versus his creator?
Beautiful.
Please help me. That's a pretty weird thing to say, Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's Frankenstein's monster before anyone says it.
Yes,
He's always Frankenstein to me.
We're making... it's the joke here.
Knows the ways of man. Frankenstein raises his arms to God and says, "I've created a Frankenstein!"
Beautiful.
That's weirdly poetic. Let's fight.
Man.
If you're wondering if Victor Frankenstein can fight, oh, he can. He's been studying Kung Fu for a number of years.
Oh my gosh, did you see his stance?
Yeah.
He has an actual stance. It's wild.
If he wins this fight, oh my god, which he might, he does this roundhouse kick as a victory pose. Very much like Victor Frankenstein.
You know, I was talking about this book earlier today, and I got the time period it was created entirely wrong. So if whoever I was talking to, if you heard me talking about the Frankenstein book, please ignore it. It's oh god, don't ask me right now. I'm getting a lot of different dates.
I'm gonna go with 1860.
1818.
Oh really? Okay.
I dated it. Yeah, I dated it 1860s, 1870s. A little bears there.
Now the creator has become the created. What happened to the video? Hello? There we go. That was weird.
Frankenstein. Frankie killed his dad.
It's key. Yeah, every item they also took the time to pre-render in 3D for these nice little close-ups. What's the bread look like? Delicious. 64 color bread. This chloroform is useless to us now.
Hey, Peter, listen. Frankie says relax, okay? Stop thinking about this.
Relax!
Oh, look at him go.
Boy, what an appealing video game character.
You know,
Watch him go.
The chat asked, is this the first game where you play as Robert De Niro?
Wow.
That is a good question,
That's a
and I would
head-scratcher.
need to know the history of licensing. In fact,
I'm gonna eat our bread before we head out.
really someone's written up a definitive... Oh, God, no one's written up a definitive one of these. Oh, I looked up a history of licensed games, and all I'm getting are bad results that are useless.
Yeah, I would imagine. Now, as I mentioned before, it uses FMV, CG-styled cutscenes. However, they don't have any music or voices or sound effects or really anything. They all play in complete silence. This leads me to a theory of mine. Are you ready for this, Alex?
Mm-hmm.
My theory is that late in the Sega CD's life, Sony had a whole bunch of unreleased games that they hadn't released yet, and they needed to dump them out as quickly as possible. But they weren't quite worthy of full-price retail releases. So what they did with their 3 separate double deal packs, I think, was they took 3 unfinished games and finished them up as well as they could within severe budget and time constraints, and then they just shipped them on out. Frankenstein, I think, is one of those games.
Yeah.
It feels extremely incomplete to me.
It does, and you can...
We need to free these guys, but there's a wild dog protecting their cell. We need to find something to solve this problem. The other games featured as part of the double deals were also unreleased on their own. By the way, Frankenstein never released as a standalone game. The other games that were only bundled in Sega CD dual packs were a Sega CD port of Three Ninjas Kick Back, which classic bad platformer for Super Nintendo and Super NES.
And,
Sega Genesis.
Oof, another one.
And the other one was Ultraverse Prime. Prime for action, baby, he's Prime. That's another game we have to show off at some point, but it's a bad brawler starring Prime from...
Based on the Malibu Comics property.
Mm-hmm. About a young kid who gets muscles and he beats up his gym teacher.
It's like if Captain Marvel had no subtlety or anything interesting to say, and instead was just really muscle. It's not good. I've read a bit of Prime because Colonel Otto Porter been.
Yeah, Prime came out at that time when people started releasing a ton of special edition comics, like
man,
special hollow foil issues
Oh,
and
man.
chromium covers.
Malibu! They had a comic with Sergio Aragonés with, it was a pop-out cover. It was a pop-up cover with, like, a pop-up design. It was, and they sold it exclusively on QVC.
That actually sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it was wild.
But to the point, Ultraverse Prime is so universally disliked and not valuable that at one point my former roommate, while browsing through a dime store, it was one of those long boxes where it's all like, any comic in here is a dime. In there was a signed limited edition with serial number, certificate of authenticity version of issue 0 Prime, signed by the major guys involved with it. It was in the dime bin.
I have found so many of those in dime bins.
Alright, I remember what we need to do here. I think there's a puzzle to be solved. We need to get the store manager out of his store. This part of the game I remember. It's just the part after it that I could not beat, no matter what. Item in here, or something I can use that will start a fire. That's what I need to do. You're on a quest for fire.
Internet technique says no shoes, no soul, no service. just give old Frankie a toast.
Oh yeah.
Someone heat us up a pizza.
I want a pizza.
Well, we have a pizza in the fridge to eat.
Well, why am I not doing that right now? Why am I playing this shitty game?
I don't know. That's what I think every time we stream.
Halfway through the stream, we always get a craving for pizza.
Because we're so sick of bad
Half the time, we
games.
end up ordering pizza afterwards. This time, we foresaw
pizza.
it in advance and ordered pizza yesterday.
There's pizza waiting for us already.
Good incentive. You always want to have a pizza waiting for you.
Pizza. Okay.
P-I-Z-Z-A.
It's a jailer's house.
Whoa, hey, no, I don't want it. I'll go get you a drink. Don't worry about it. Take a load off.
I'll come back.
I'll come back now, you hear? I'm Frankenstein.
I'm just gonna look up Robert De Niro video game. Why not? Life's too short.
Excuse me!
Whoa!
I've never seen such rudeness. Go in here. I don't want to fight, doggy. Don't worry about it. Oh, there's more places. Somewhat ironically, this actually reminds me of Drax Night Out, this part. Oh, found the room guarded by spiders. On the right track, I think.
Robert De Niro produced a point-and-click game, which featured Cher, James Belushi, and Christopher Reeve, 2 members of Aerosmith.
Which members?
Doesn't say. It's called Nine: The Last Resort. 1996. I had no idea this existed. Robert De Niro video game. Yeah. Beautiful.
What we got here? Oh, I don't have an inventory in these screens. Hang on.
It's Steve Tyler and Joe Perry, by the way.
Ah, okay. The most famous members. Wait, are you telling me there's another video game with Aerosmith in it?
Yeah.
God damn it. We gotta do something for Aerosmith Day. That's coming up.
Wait.
National
What?
Aerosmith Day is in November. This is not a joke. I have
No,
something
you're
planned
lying.
for that day.
You're lying because
And that day
I
we'll have a
refuse-
special Aerosmith stream.
I hate this and no, hold on.
Look it up. Look it up.
Fucking fine.
So, I picked this up.
National Aerosmith Day.
Very conspicuously labeled sleeping potion.
Oh, what do you think it is?
I don't know. It could be anything. Let's hand it to this guy. Yeah, it'll be out for a while.
Okay. I I see a lot of Twitters of people saying, oh wow, did you know today is National Aerosmith Day? And nothing confirming that National Aerosmith Day exists.
No, it's a thing.
Uh-uh.
I've heard it direct from Aerosmith.
Why? It says it's April 13th.
It's too early to be talking about Aerosmith. We should await their sacred day.
Yeah, it looks like it's the state of Massachusetts declared April 13th Aerosmith Day.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
Oh, darn it. Chat, what is the item I need to use on the candles inside the house to cause a fire?
Hold on.
This is now an interactive Let's Play.
I have the... Where are you?
Just look up the word candles. If I can step on the dog.
You
No,
need
I
to
can't.
use the dry bale of hay on them.
Where do I get that?
Head to the far right and enter the rightmost building through the doorway to go into a store owner's home. All the way to the right, which you are facing some candles, and use the dry bale of hay on them, which will start a fire.
Okay, I remember to get the bale of hay that's in the horse part, but I need to move the horse.
Yeah. You have to feed it. You have to feed
Does it
the
just
horse.
eat anything?
Now you need the horse feeder full of food pellets and head back over and stop where it is.
Oh, this is complicated. Where is that?
Fuck, I'm reading, man!
You have to get the sleeping potion to get the key, and then you move the thing, and then...
Okay, with the sleeping potion in hand, head back out the way you came, back to the part of the town you started, and head to the far left over the archway to enter the stables where a horse is eating next to the cart and blocking your path. Head to the far right and grab the horse feeder full of food pellets.
Doggone it, it was in that same area. That sucks. Okay, where is this thing? There it is, I see it.
Get it.
Full of pellets.
And you need to use it near the open half of the exit.
Now what's interesting is I never knew to do this as a kid. This game lets you just skip all the puzzles entirely, pretty much. If you can beat up the guards at the end of this level, you can just go to the next level without solving any of these puzzles. But...
Beautiful.
Oh no, I did get this far, but, how do I give the horse the... Okay, here we go.
You use it there, yeah.
God dang it, that's what I was missing all these years. Whoa, okay, horse. Have the bale of hay.
Okay,
Some
get
dry
out of here.
hay.
You got your dry hay.
Our objective this stream is to determine, is this better or worse than Bram Stoker's Dracula? What do you think so far?
I think it's worse. I actually don't know. You know what? I don't know.
So far I'd say it's better, but I haven't gotten to
seems
the
better.
part that I've gotten stumped on. We got the hay. Use the hay on the candles, which makes the store owner freak out, and then we can grab, I don't know, something, and that'll help us get the people out of their jail. You can also help those people get out of jail by beating up the dog. Just make Frankeystein crouch and just punch that dog in the snout until he goes away. What happens when you use a bale of hay on candles? That.
Ooh, that's new.
No, I'm gonna rob your store.
Hope you get a delicious like that. That tasty leg of chicken.
It is
Some
tasty chicken. This is a usable item. You can eat this to get some health back. If you do that, though, you can't get past the dog, because that's the item you need for the dog. It's sort of like King's Quest V, how it lets you eat the pie that you need to throw at the Yeti. It's kind of a dick move. Except unlike King's Quest V, you can actually continue playing instead of just having to start over.
Help, help, my house is on fire. Oh, well.
Whatever, dude. Shouldn't have been a dick to me.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy.
No, okay,
You're in
no.
the
I wanted to go to the dog. You're
Yeah,
right.
you need to yell at the dog.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't this game have saves? Am I wrong?
Mm.
Let me get to an indoor section and see if I can save the game. Watch Danny get lost in a tiny town.
Peter's got a question for you. So are you saying this is a better game than King's Quest V?
Oh, I don't know about that.
We're not on record saying that.
This game doesn't have an owl. A helpful owl who tells you which snakes are poisonous as they bite you.
Oh, that guy. Are you gonna yell at the guy who's sweeping? You know, he could do something.
Yeah, he's just standing around. This is where the dog is. We've now been to every location except this location. Get lost very easily. Yo, I got this. See that cartoon hunk of meat?
Delicious.
It's for you. For you. It's for you. Eat the chicken. Eat the. Did I get into a fight with the? Huh? Let's try that again.
Wait, what?
As I said, game's a little incomplete, a little unfinished, a little not ready for retail whatsoever. So let's just bundle it with another game. Enjoy. And you guys enjoy your freedom.
Once again, the Adventure Pals bring freedom.
And meat.
And meat.
Wait, I said I was gonna save the game. I'll do it.
Awesome.
Maybe it's not possible.
Let's just say it's not. Oh god!
Yeah, these guys, when you free them, just kind of go berserk in front of the guards and distract them enough so that you can sneak out of the town.
Beautiful.
So we've done it. We've beaten the last level that I've previously beaten as a kid. After this point, it's the great unknown. This part, I spent hours stuck in this forest with no resolution whatsoever.
By the way, Game Quarter says press B and C together.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I'm not kidding you.
B and C together.
That's what they say.
I mean, I have the manual. I could have looked that up, but it's not obvious. Points off, Dracula. I mean, Frankenstein. Points off for you too, Dracula.
Just in general. Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, what? Wait a minute!
God.
Hold the phone.
Yes! Okay, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Ah!
Okay, this is officially a better game. We officially vote this the best game. Yeah. Franken guy.
I'm a Franken guy. Well, I'm glad I know that. Thank you, Game Quarter.
Thank you, Game Quarter.
So I know what to do to an extent in this level. There's some items you can get somewhere, unless you get lost and then you end up looping forever. That's terrible. Let's not do that. But if you go this way, there's a camp where some bandits were. You can bandit the bandits, steal back their stuff. And you give it back to their original owners because you're a good guy like that. It's good PR for Frankenstein.
Hot soup, my favorite.
Looks appetizing. The pearl necklace on this log. How do I pick? There we go. Thinks the creature who wasn't alive 8 hours ago. I wonder if they're real pearls.
Everybody's comparing that save screen, I guess.
Yeah, it was. It
That
had a
was
very
that
similar
was incredible.
wavy effect. Very out of place. See another item here. Here, yes. No, Frankenstein. It's an unlucky charm. What do you think?
I'm having enough good luck on my own just now.
I've had enough of your back sass,
No!
Frankie.
Oh.
I use this. Holy cow! They did not perform. They did not. Did you see that?
Yikes.
That text was not programmed correctly. I could eat the soup. Should I eat the soup?
It doesn't. Let me see. I don't know if you need it.
Yeah, I may. That's the thing.
God, there's too much going on in this back. Whatever.
And there's a ton of levels after this one too. I know I won't beat this tonight, but I will
Good.
be incredibly satisfied if I can beat this one part. That's all I want from life right now. I want to close this wound that's been open for 20 years? Wow, that's an old wound. Mr. Frankenstein, strolling through the woods. Rolling through the woods.
Yeah, we took all the soup. Took all the soup.
This part reminds me of that Jurassic Park game for Sega CD.
Oh, here we go.
On a place. Pick up a couple of things here. One are these garden shears. Whoa, slick move, Frank. Look at this.
Oh, nice.
Cool. What a cool guy. Other thing I can get is favorite big bag of shit.
Smells terrible, but it might.
Literally, it's manure.
It smells terrible, but it might be used.
The thing I remember most from this game is what old Frankie here says when you use the manure.
Oh! Yikes!
His first instinct is to just open it up and start chowing down.
Oh, that's so awful! Oh no! Oh,
this is good manure. Oh, I wonder if these are real pearls.
Jeez. I understand you were.
I wish I had an upbringing.
I understand we're supposed to empathize with.
From here, ooh, little skunk friend.
Uh-oh.
Hey, buddy.
You're gonna get sprayed and smell bad. You're gonna need this.
I'm carrying around a sack of manure, Alex.
Oh. You're right.
I really, yeah. There's two more houses somewhere in here that we need to find.
It says from here, go left twice, then up once, according to Game Core.
Well, I went right. Let's head back. Left twice, then up once.
Oh, I love you, Jack.
Wait, I was just... Was
Where
I
are we
just here?
going? Oh, I love you.
I went down to get to the barn last time. Isn't that what happened? Am I wrong?
I don't know. Get to the overhead lace, okay? Good. Hey, is this the overhead lace? I guess. Then left twice, up one. So here we go.
Okay.
Oh. Whoa.
This
Cool.
looks different.
Oh. Hey, Grandma.
I don't have anything. Yeah, I'm fine. Outlaws, eh? Pearl necklace. Funny you should say that.
Is it more manure?
She gave me cookies and a chicken. That's a pretty
Holy
good reward.
cow!
I like it.
Oh my god, I want cookies in a
Those are good looking cookies. Do
Oh,
I need
man.
those? Do I have to fight a Yeti with them or something?
I don't know. It's pretty good to me.
That's where that cartoon drumstick came from.
Delicious!
That big rubber looking chicken. Slide. Do it again. He has real difficulty moving. I can say that the animation really conveys that, at least. However, you're just kind of controlling this big gray blob through the whole game. Just kind of hulks around. Stumbles from place to place. very peaceful out here. Video game? I hear the birds chirping. Okay. I'm gonna bring up the save screen. Nobody get scared.
Okay.
Didn't work.
Huh.
Alex, you want to hit the reset button on the Sega CD? Alex is making a face at me.
Oh, crap.
I know what to do. I just have to have the game not crash on me. That's the big issue right now. We have a crash. It wasn't Dracula that crashed. It was somehow Frankenstein, the much more stable game. I don't know who to believe now. Who to root for.
I'm with Smith. We got our cookies and chicken. Our quest was over.
That's true.
End of the game. Because like, they made a point. At the beginning, you're never really presented with an end goal. You just, you know.
Yeah, maybe the end is just what you make of it.
And I think they're silver.
Columbia TriStar?
Probably.
I know, what was the one that went under in the 80s because of horrendous mismanagement?
Ryan?
I think that may have been it, yeah.
Oh, Ryan.
The one who was involved in Batman the movie. There's a couple of guys who just tanked the company from within because they were bad at their jobs. It's on the Crontendo blog. That's how I know about it.
Oh,
Dr. Sparkle
man.
is everything I know about the film industry.
Actually, not to plug someone else, but for reals, Dr. Sparkle actually has a really interesting web series about the quote-unquote films in the, I say quote-unquote films, I meant to say the films in the quote-unquote video nasties list. It's actually pretty good. It's it's called Dr. Sparkle After Dark.
Mm-hmm. On YouTube, Dr. Sparkle After Dark.
If you're really interested in the trash film industry, I cannot recommend it.
Movies he's covered so far were actually pretty interesting looking. They were just, like, too gory for the UK, I guess.
Yeah.
One of them's called Driller Killer. It's about a guy with a drill who,
Kills.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
On the front of the cover, it's just a shot of him drilling into a dude's head.
But, like, yeah.
All blown up and really nasty looking.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of being drilled into the head, let's go back to Frankenstein. Step 1. Take back what's yours from the outlaws. And take their soup. As
And their
punishment.
soup, yeah.
I thought tonight was going to have a resolution to this 20-year-old grudge I've had
And
against
yet,
this game,
the
but
grudge
it's fighting
got further.
me.
It's
It is
angry.
really fighting me. This game does not want me to progress beyond the forest. It wants Frankeystein to stay in the forest forever.
Frankeystein's game.
Alex.
Well, no.
You don't even
No,
know
I
what
am-
Steins Gate is. Get out of here.
Come on, I know an anime.
You know that it's spelled with a semicolon. That's all you know about it. Admit it.
I know that it exists, that it's an anime, and a game, and a visual novel.
You're correct. It was recently localized over here. I'd like to play it at some point. I hear the script is really bad, though.
Who knows about Steins Gate now?
There's me Lucky Charm.
It was me. I know about Steins Gate.
You do know about Steins Gate.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Everybody give me an award. I know about Steins Gate.
But do you know about,
The wise kids love the taste of cinnamon toast crunch? Hell no. Sorry.
Well, why do you like Apple Jacks if it doesn't taste like apple?
Who gives
Why do you
a
like
shit?
Steins Gate if it's spelled with a semicolon? That's just weird.
Get a clue, Coach. There's cinnamon swirls all over every Renpy screen. It wasn't made in Renpy, I don't think. Sorry.
Get a clue, Coach. Visual novels are video games.
They are. Play mine.
How do you play these video games if they got no gameplay?
Thank you.
We play what we like. This is the conversation I have to make up for myself because I'm otherwise just slowly traipsing through the woods as a big hunk of shit.
Someone come over to our house, preheat our oven, and put the pizza inside of it.
Oh, that sounds good.
Come on, do it.
I hear oven heating...
Dark Tetsu, I agree.
I hear oven heating Hot Pockets is a good thing to do.
A decadent treat?
Yeah, a decadent treat. Still doing this, though.
Are you grabbing the, poop?
I'm gonna get the poop next, don't worry. Will not leave the poop behind. An item in this game, the literal sack of shit. I'm gonna grab that and heft it over my shoulder as I go through the woods. Seriously, the Sega CD is better than this.
It is.
It's way better than this.
It is.
Wonder Dog is better than this. I think
is.
Wonder Dog is a better game than either Dracula or Frankenstein. Okay, we're back to where we were. So up, and then to the left should take us to the old lady's house where we can get our cookies.
And chicken. And hopefully it won't freeze.
Hopefully not. Sega CD. It's being a little turd to me today, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's been awful to us today.
Alex can tell you I bought a Sega Genesis 2 to hook up to it so that we could get stereo sound for these streams.
And prep for a future this and
Not
stuff.
Not only did that not work, but when I tried playing games on it, it started showing all this graphical corruption throughout FMVs.
Yeehaw!
And I hooked up my old Sega Genesis and that problem went away.
So, yeah.
So we're now back to where we started, and I have a Genesis 2 that I can't use.
Does it not even work for Genesis?
Oh, it works.
Okay, well maybe we can put it in the living room. Play Genesis in the living room.
Oh, maybe. Okay, this screen loaded.
The Ultimo Snatcher is very good. It's a good game.
Snatcher is great, and the Sega CD is the only place where you can play it in English.
Mm-hmm.
So take that.
Unless you get a fan translation at
the shitty MSX version that doesn't even have a third act, but the Sega CD one is the one you want to play.
It's true.
So, where to now?
Well, we would, Ultimo, if you want to talk to us about a JVC XI, we'd love to talk to you about one.
I want an X. But that would be in stereo.
Actually, yeah, it would be probably. I think it has a better setup.
I just need to keep buying different Genesis hardware until I find one that actually works like I want it to. So instead of following any directions, I've taken the liberty of just getting lost in the woods. Oh, hey!
Okay, so down twice from there, says Game Quoter.
Okay.
And then right one.
You got it, dude. Right. You can see how I'd get lost here. Mm-hmm. It's very samey. If I got lost in the last area, I'm surely gonna get lost here. So, we meet again. Dog. This is a different dog. In fact, it may be a wolf.
I think it's a wolf.
Whoa! Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to fight it out with the wolf. I couldn't give him my chicken in time. I assume that's the solution anyway.
Oh, you're in bad shape.
Holy... Whoa! Shoot.
You got eaten by a wolf!
He didn't even give me a chance! Alex!
You died. We have a Final Fantasy set. We actually have a CDX. I just,
The composite video from that is super bad, like even worse than what you see now. I may try it at some point, just to see if it gets stereo audio.
Yeah, I'm with Dark Tetsuya regarding Police Knots. There is a really there's a translation out now for the PSX version, and if you're interested, it's pretty good.
Which game?
Police Knots on PlayStation.
Oh yeah, done by good old Slow Beef.
Mm-hmm.
Of Retsu Play fame. Speaking of which, Retsu Play on YouTube is now doing a commentated long play of Dracula Unleashed, another Sega CD Dracula classic.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that yet, but I can only assume it's good. Okay, here. This is where I need to use the manure, I believe. Okay, it's fine. Good. We're going. I don't think I've ever seen past this point, because I didn't know to use the manure. I know to use the manure now. However, I don't know if I'm going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex. I'm lost.
It's okay.
Look up shit flies. Or whatever those were.
Oh god. I gotta look up manure.
So let's just head down from here. This may be where they wanted me to go. Aha! Get out. Dude's talking.
Yep.
I will take your pumpkins.
Yeah.
Don't take my special pumpkins.
I love my pumpkins.
Who do you think you are? Donald Trump?
Oh, heck no.
Hey Alex, let's do what the dead Kennedys say and kill the landlord.
Yes.
Wait, no, let's lynch the landlord. Let's do that.
Yeah, whatever. He's dead.
Landlord is a dead motherfucker. Oh, man.
Creature is like no war but class war, friend.
Stop! Stop!
What are you doing?
Leave me
God,
alone!
this is kind of class commentary is beautiful.
This guy's the 1%.
Oh, he is named Landlord, and he does have an unfair advantage.
Well, my name is Landlord. My parents pretty much picked the career out for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to grow up and steal people's pumpkins, but here we are.
You did it. Turned
Getting
red,
beat
too.
up by a undead
Have you done
creature.
this part before?
I have not.
Okay, so this is all new to you then.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Give me something. Something good for saving your pumpkins. Oh, tell me your life story, why don't you? He wants his Lucky Charms! Oh, you know what they say about the landlord. Always after me, Lucky Charms.
Annie! Bless you.
Okay, I'll wait here. Oh, nice place. Stand. Stool. Can I eat these items, do you know?
Let's see.
The soup can't be used for anything, can it? What use is soup in a video game?
Not saying anything. He doesn't come back, by the way.
Oh. He said, wait here, I'm going to tell my wife. What an asshole.
I don't think you use the soup for anything. Probably.
Alright. I'm gonna eat that soup. No. Go back in the house so I can actually use the soup. How about the cookies?
Yeah, you can eat the cookies.
Okay. Oh, it gave me an extra life. Because I, filled my life bar past its maximum. Unfortunately, that means I now have almost 0 health. Yeah.
What?
See?
Oh my god.
So what we're gonna do here... Gonna step on these pumpkins.
Good. Fuck them. Snip, snip, whoopee!
Whoopee!
Whoopee! Mary Shelley's
Whoopee!
whoopee!
Oh dear, someone has dropped their recorder in the pumpkin patch. This may be one of the stupider games we've played. To exit patch.
You got it. Snip, snip, whoopee!
Whoopee! Where do we go from here, do you know? Okay.
What, you want honesty, or you want me to bullshit you?
I appreciate your honesty.
Basically, game quarter is I'm just repeating what they say.
Oh.
Go up and left from here.
I found the
says.
exit.
Okay.
It was hidden. Ooh, what can I do?
What is this game? It's written for a child! Robert De Niro's child game for children! That doesn't look like a recorder. Well, bye.
Yeah, it's a little too, toy-like.
No, I was gonna call it something else, but there you go.
Ask. Due east, huh? Oh, it's that horse.
You remember?
It's for the oats. Yeah, I love having undead freaks in my cart.
There you go, next part.
We did it! I got
You
out
made
of
it
the
to
forest!
You got out of the forest for the first time in your life!
So happy.
And the forest is on fire in Bastrop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's been a bad day for forests. Oh,
Gonna
my
render
Sega
it.
CD does not want to render that. We made it to Switzerland.
Ow!
We're free. We're in neutral country now. They can't prosecute me for being a Frankenstein.
No.
First of all, jump scare.
Sorry. Oh, I'm so spooky!
I'm Franken Ah.
It's Franken because it's a AAA game.
Oh, it's already 9 o'clock. Well,
it's way past. It's 9:07, so
we got out of the forest.
we did what we wanted to do, which was get out of the forest.
And Frankenstein has gone to Switzerland to buy the world's finest chocolates.
What?
Hey, huh?
But
Thanks.
well, we got a coin and got yelled at about some matches.
Hey, we're rich now. We did it. We escaped the forest. Frankenstein has earned his first dime, which he will treasure for the rest of his life.
He will use it to get a coal bin filled with dimes.
And we will call it Duckburg.
Frankieville, USA.
That's our stream for this week.
We love you.
This is a good place to leave off. It's hopeful, you know? Frankenstein is out there in this big old world, and he's gonna make it. He's gonna be just